She thinks it's not possible. She's convinced that her body has a limit, that there are pleasures reserved only for other women or for the movies. She believes this because no one ever knew how to show her. And maybe you've heard it too. That tantra thing is a myth, that making her explode without touching doesn't exist. But here's the truth. Yes, it's possible, it's real. And I'm going to teach you how to make her live an experience so intense that it completely transforms what she understands as pleasure. The mistake most men make is the same. They think it's all about thrusting, rubbing, going in and out like a machine. That's the formula for failure. Because what almost no one knows is that the secret is not in strength or in repeating what you saw in porn. The secret lies in your confidence, in your security, in your ability to transmit, with your presence and your energy, that with you she can stop controlling and simply surrender. When that happens, she doesn't just get aroused. She gives you her body, her mind, and her deepest trust. Now listen carefully. True Tantra is not a mystical trick reserved for monks in hidden temples. It's a set of simple practices, based on biology, breathing, and energy, that any man can learn if he dares to go beyond the obvious. Want proof? You don't even need to touch her to start turning her on. Her whole body is an electric field that responds to your gaze, to your voice, to your breathing. Physical contact is only one part. What really makes her explode is your ability to awaken her mind and guide her energy. Imagine this scenario. She closes her eyes. You approach slowly, your face, your chest, your breath just a few centimeters from hers. There is no contact, but your warmth envelopes her like an invisible field. You whisper what you're going to do to her, how you're going to take her to a place she has never been. And then it happens. Her brain begins to release dopamine and oxytocin, neurotransmitters that awaken trust and desire. Her chest quickens, her thighs tremble, and you still haven't touched her. Do you understand the power of this? Most don't understand because they've always believed that pleasure is born in the genitals. And no. Female pleasure is born in the mind. The skin, the nerves, the breathing. Everything is a map that leads to the same center. When you activate her imagination and at the same time awaken her body with subtle stimuli, her nervous system doesn't distinguish between what it expects and what is actually happening. And then it responds as if you were inside her, even though you're only moving your energy around her. And here's another secret very few know. The skin is an amplifier of energy. Your hands, placed centimeters above her abdomen or her thighs, generate heat and tingling. Your breath, directed at her neck or lips, provokes reactions that intensify with every second. You don't touch her, and yet her nervous system interprets that she is being caressed, penetrated, possessed. That contained, prolonged tension makes her vibrate with desire more than any immediate physical movement. Most men don't know how to hold that moment. They jump too quickly to contact, and with that they ruin the buildup of energy. That is the fatal mistake. Because what makes a woman explode is not the obvious, but the invisible. Holding the tension, stretching it, taking her to the edge of the abyss without letting her fall yet. The more you accumulate that energy, the more devastating the explosion will be when you finally decide to release it. And it won't be a simple orgasm. It will be an experience that marks her emotional memory forever. So stay here with me. Because in what comes next you won't hear vague theories or pretty phrases. I'm going to show you concrete techniques, applicable from the very first night, with which you'll be able to transform that invisible arousal into a climax so powerful that she herself will tell you, "I thought it wasn't possible, but with you I lived it." You already understand that everything begins in her mind, in the accumulation of invisible energy, in that electric field created between your body and hers. But now I want to show you how to transform that tension into a real, unforgettable explosion, without even having to touch her directly. The first technique is your voice. Don't speak just to speak. Use your voice as if it were a caress sliding over her skin. Tell her what you're going to do to her. Describe what she's feeling, speak to her with confidence. These are not just words. Her brain activates the same areas as when she's living the real experience. In other words, With your voice, you're already arousing her physically, even if you haven't touched her. The second technique is your breathing. Bring your mouth close to her neck, her chest, her abdomen, and let your breath envelop her. There's no contact, but she will feel it as if it were burning lips on her skin. The heat, the sound, the rhythm of your breathing become triggers. And if you accompany that breathing with words loaded with desire, her nervous system will get confused. It won't know whether you're already touching her or if you're still playing with her mind. The third technique is energetic proximity. Place your hands a few centimeters from her skin. Move them slowly around her body, brushing the air that surrounds her. This gesture, used in Tantra, awakens an electrical reaction in the superficial nerves. She starts to feel tingles, starts to arch, to moan, and you still haven't brushed against her. That's the magic. Expectation becomes real pleasure. The fourth technique is synchronization. Make your breathing match hers. Let your movements accompany those of her chest. Let your body be a mirror of hers. In that state, her mind enters a trance. She feels that your energy is penetrating her, that your presence is invading her. Every time you intensify your rhythm, she will feel as if you're pushing her toward an invisible orgasm. And when you sustain it long enough, when you manage to make her lose track of time, her body begins to tremble with pleasure without direct contact. And here comes the most important part. In that moment, she may tell you, "Stop, I think I'm going to lose control," or even, "I feel like I'm going to pee." Don't stop her. That urge is not urine. It's the prelude to the explosion. Her glands are activating, her body is releasing accumulated energy, and if you encourage her to let go, she will reach the most intense climax she has ever experienced. That's why you must reinforce her with your words. Trust, let yourself go. Your confidence is the bridge that allows her to surrender. Remember, intensity isn't forced, it's built. It's like a wave that grows, that rises higher and higher until it breaks with unstoppable force. And when it finally happens, it's not just an orgasm. It can be a surge of laughter, tears, deep moans. It can be a gush of pleasure or a timid trickle. The form doesn't matter. What matters is that she lived it with you, that thanks to you she discovered it really was possible. But here I want to leave you with a warning. Don't turn this into a trophy. It's not a trick to show off. Don't pressure her for it to happen. Don't measure her by the amount of liquid or by the intensity of the burst. This isn't for your ego, it's for her liberation. True Tantra is guiding her to a space where she feels so safe, so desired, that her body can express itself without limits. That is the gift. And when you achieve it, when she lives that experience, something profound will be engraved in her emotional memory. The certainty that with you pleasure is not a routine, but a transformation. She will never forget the man who taught her that her body could explode without a single touch. So now tell me, do you want to learn more secrets like this? Techniques that almost no one dares to reveal and that can change forever the way you live intimacy? Leave me your comment below, subscribe and turn on the bell. Because in the next videos I'm going to show you even more powerful practices that will awaken not only her body, but also her soul. What you saw today is just the beginning. The best is yet to come.